There's been an outpouring of grief for nurse Gayle Woodford, whose body was found in South Australia's remote outback. Police today charged a 36-year-old man with her murder. Nicola Gage is in Marlin, has been following the story. Nicola, I understand you've spoken with the family.
That's right, Emma. We met with Miss Woodford's son and daughter this afternoon in Freegon, the Aboriginal community where Miss Woodford resided, and they read out a very emotional statement about their mother, saying that she positively affected every person that she met, especially those she helped as her work as a nurse. A family heartbroken after the unthinkable. The murder of health worker Gayle Woodford, who police believe was abducted from outside her home in the middle of the night.
We are having difficulty coming to terms with this unprovoked, premature end to Mum's life.
Miss Woodford and her husband had been living in the small Aboriginal community of Freegon for several years, where she worked at the local health clinic.
She provided care with a smile. We all loved her and we'll miss her deeply.
Her disappearance on Wednesday led to a huge land and air search through dense terrain. A 36-year-old man caught driving her work ambulance the next morning was today charged with murder.
This is a truly sad crime. You know, it shouldn't be seen as a reflection on Freegon. This is a crime that could have occurred anywhere. When you have such an evil, violent person.
We respectfully ask all to consider our privacy in this tremendously sensitive time. Our hearts are breaking every second.
Forensic investigators flew to the remote APY Lands from Adelaide to examine the shallow roadside grave just outside Freegon.
Notwithstanding the GPS data and notwithstanding the efforts of everybody, we still needed a degree of luck to find her.
Ms Woodford's death has prompted calls for better protection of health workers in outback areas. An online petition pushing to abolish single work posts in Australia has more than 10,000 signatures. The nurse behind it says stories of abuse are unfortunately all too common.
Some have been sexually assaulted. Some have been, verbal abuse is a daily occurrence just about. So there's been a lot of physical violence basically against remote area nurses for a very long time.
A call for change to possibly prevent similar tragedies in the future. Now, the instigator of that petition says she'll be handing it to the federal government. She wants new rules to make it mandatory for 2 nurses to attend all after-work call-outs. Now, that could have major ramifications for many outback health clinics, but of course that is far from the minds of those who knew Miss Woodford. Our reporter Candice Prosser met some of those people in Stansbury on Yorke Peninsula, where Miss Woodford did once live.
Gayle Woodford lived with her husband and 2 children here at the coastal town of Stansbury on Yorke Peninsula for decades. It's clear her death is being felt by the entire community, which is deeply saddened by the loss of such a well-respected and loved local. The Woodford family, or the Woodies as they're affectionately known, have been described as good community people, a caring and beautiful family who are very well liked. Many who knew Gayle, her husband Keith and their son and daughter Gary and Alison were too upset to speak on camera. They described Gayle as a beautiful, generous woman who everyone loved. They said she was a truly special person with a big heart. Many have posted tributes on social media, saying it was an honour to have known such a lovely lady, and her death was a waste of a beautiful person's life. The outback nurse is being remembered as a brave and kind lady who spent her life helping others.
Now, forensic investigators only arrived from Adelaide this morning, so police do anticipate that they'll be sticking around for some time. There are some star group officers still here. They're expected to be here tomorrow. We understand that Miss Woodford's body will be flown to Adelaide this evening, and the accused man from Mimili, the Aboriginal community just across from where Miss Woodford lives, is expected to face court on Tuesday. Back to you, Emma.